What is up, guys? After a crazy Eastern Conference Finals, I wanted to watch some regular season footage between the Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets. Let's go over that footage along with some other clips to give us some insight into this finals matchup. Here are 7 key factors in this series that I'm going to be looking out for. The first factor is which team can go out and transition more often. Miami has been excellent in transition this postseason. They've scored 1.22 points per possession in transition. That's even been slightly better than the Denver Nuggets in transition, who have scored 1.184 points per possession. So let's see which team can cause more turnovers and get out and run. The next key factor is Denver's role players, starting with Michael Porter Jr. I really feel like he's best when he's coming off screens or dribble handoffs. Obviously, he could score one-on-one, but I think if you're Denver, you want him moving without the ball as much as possible. He's shooting about 41% from 3, which is close to what he was averaging in the regular season. But more impressively, he's averaging 8 rebounds in the postseason, which is up from 5.5 in the regular season. Okay, let's talk about Aaron Gordon now. In the regular season matchup against the Heat, he took advantage of certain matchups, especially against Kyle Lowry. On these 2 plays, you can see that Denver's trying to hunt Kyle, and he ends up fouling Gordon. I'm not sure how much Tyler Herro we're going to see, but if he gets on Gordon, then Gordon's going to try to take advantage in the post. The Nuggets are either the best or second best DHO team in the league, and KCP is a perfect fit for this offense. Neither Tyler nor Caleb Martin were able to slow KCP down in this action. Now let's talk about some of Miami's role players, starting with Caleb Martin, who I'm not sure is a role player in the playoffs. He's more of a star. He was shooting 35% from 3 in the regular season, all the way up almost to 44% in the postseason. His numbers have just increased dramatically, and some of these moves were just so crafty and impressive. He really bailed Miami out in Game 7 on a few key possessions. Just like Caleb, Vincent has also improved in the playoffs. If I'm Miami though, I would be a little bit worried that he might be hunted on defense. Speaking of getting hunted on defense, Kevin Love may have a tough time in this series, but there's more potential for him to play in this series than the last one. When Love was on Cleveland, he was playing more at the 4 than the 5, but I don't see that as an option because Gordon is going to cut and there's just too much player movement. I think if Love is going to play at all in this series, it's going to be more at the 5 than the 4. Bam is going to need to sit for a little bit, and maybe Love can guard Jokic for that time. Okay, factor 4 is Tyler Herro. He was having a pretty solid year, averaging 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. The question is, how much is he really going to play? And if he plays, how effective is he going to be? I don't think he can put up those same regular season stats, but if he can help Miami's offense at all, that would be a huge help because they just looked a little bit stagnant at times. I think it's pretty safe to say that Miami's zone defense was a key factor in them beating the Celtics. I wanted to see how Denver handled Miami's zone defense in the regular season. Here you can see Denver move the ball side to side, and then Bruce Brown gets an open 3. Jokic is too good a passer, and him operating in the middle around the key area is just going to get Denver open looks. Maybe Miami can go to zone defense when Jokic is not on the floor. Denver shot about 1.2 points per possession against the zone in the regular season. That number has jumped to 1.385 in the postseason. The next key factor is how the Miami Stars play. Jimmy's going to try to take advantage of certain matchups. The first that come to mind are Bruce Brown and Jamal Murray. He can also attack Porter, and here he's going after Jokic. I think at times Denver is going to have to throw in a double, but the thing is Jimmy is such a good passer, and here he's able to get an open look for Bam even though he misses it. Here he's posting up Bruce Brown, Jokic shows the double, Butler's able to get the pass out to Strus, and even though he misses, it's a good look. Like I mentioned before, Jimmy's going to attack Jokic in the pick and roll. The pairing of Bam and Jimmy is a good combination to take advantage of Jokic's slow-footedness. I think this play is a good example of what we could see in the finals. You see Jimmy is able to get in the paint and then pass it off to Bam, who's able to get this floater to go. Again here, Jimmy's attacking Jokic. He pauses like he's going to pass to Bam, but instead he catches Jamal Murray over helping and is able to pass it to Herro for the corner 3. Bam is going to get a lot of floaters and mid-range shots open, I think. Jokic is just a tad too slow, and if they're able to get the pocket pass through, then he should have these looks all day long. Okay, and the last factor is how the Denver Stars play. For the most part, Jokic had Bam's number in the regular season. I don't think there's a player with better footwork in the post than Jokic, which you can see on display here. With Denver, you don't know what the next action is going to be. Jokic gives the ball up here, Bam is expecting some other action, he gets caught ball watching, and Jokic takes advantage and drives to the basket. Denver's team defense has improved throughout the year. However, Jokic's pick and roll defense can still be a concern at times. Jokic likes to deflect these pocket passes with his leg. He fails here, Bam is able to get the advantage and finish over Murray. Thinking Basketball recently made a video about how the ball handlers, defender, and Jokic are basically trapping the ball handler, and that has led to Denver's defense being a lot better. The two-man game between Jokic and Murray has basically been unstoppable in the postseason. Here in the pick and pop, you can see that Bam is distracted by what Murray's going to do next, and then he leaves Jokic for a wide open three. I think Denver has too much firepower, and I'm expecting them to win in 6 games against the Heat. That being said, you never want to count out Miami. They've just proven time and time again that they could beat anyone. Hopefully we get a long series, and thanks for watching. Peace.